The big, beautiful bill has passed, and it means if you're already rich, you're about to get richer. And if you don't own any assets, you're about to get poorer. Because this bill is built to help people with assets grow them. But luckily, there's a way to play the same game the rich people play by borrowing money to buy assets that you know over time are going to grow in value. So you don't know, I run an app called StackIt.ai, which allows you to borrow money to buy up to 3 times more cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and Ethereum specifically. And there's 3 types of people that I speak to almost every day who use my app. There's business owners, there's up and coming people who are trying to come up and are trying to grow wealth, and there's wealthy investors. And through this bill, each one of these types of people are going to be able to benefit by using Stack. If you don't want to watch the full video to understand how all of this works, you can go to stackit.ai/guide, and there's also a link in the description to learn more about how this works. Let's start out with business owners. As we know, business owners have a lot of money that go through their hands, but now with these tax deductions, there's going to be more profit to invest. And what most wealthy business owners do is invest those differences. They don't just pocket it or keep cash in a bank, because now cash in a bank is probably going to inflate away much faster, because inflation should rise with how much money the government is about to print. As a business owner, I highly suggest you look up these terms on ChatGPT or Google to understand how they help your business. But as a business owner myself, what I plan to do, and I have been doing, is bringing cash in that I know I need to grow my business over time, and bringing it into Bitcoin and Ethereum and borrowing off of that money to run my business. What that will do is allow my business to take advantage of all the money that goes through it, not just a little bit that I feel like investing. Up and comers, people who are not wealthy yet or have businesses yet, they are going to feel this bill the most. They are going to have a lot of things that normally people in those situations have to use, like SNAP and free medical, may go away for them. But there are some good things possibly, like there's a car loan deduction, there's a tip on tax, there's a tax tip that probably is going to go away for some of the money you get in tips. And I would highly suggest you go and try to figure out exactly how this is going to work for you, because everybody has a different way the tax is going to affect them. But what I do realize in this bill is you and everybody else is going to have to build up their own social safety net. And what I think you should do is copy what the businesses are doing, the countries are doing. And what are they doing? They're buying Bitcoin, they're buying Ethereum, and they are sitting on those assets as a hedge against inflation. But the beautiful thing about those two assets is they're very easy to borrow from. You don't need permission from anyone to borrow off of your Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yes, the volatility of those prices could affect how much you can borrow at one time, but if you deposit and borrow right away, that would make it so you can use the volatility in your best interest, because that will mean you took out the money early, and if the prices fall, you already got the money you need to spend. And if you keep on investing over time, you will grow that collateral over the loan. But if you wait to borrow and the prices are down, you're going to have less to borrow. So it's up to everyone to figure out how much money they can sacrifice for their future. And the more money you can sacrifice for your future and invest, the more likely you are going to gain if the asset values go up. Because as you may or may not know, in Stack, if you put $100, you can borrow $250 and buy $350 of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if Bitcoin and Ethereum doubles, then you turn $100 into $700, right? That's the goal. And that's what's happening in real estate, stocks, and now crypto. The difference with crypto and Bitcoin and Ethereum is you can buy more of it with less money, and you can borrow off of it easier. And of course, we have a lot of wealthy investors who use our product. So if you're one of them, you are going to be able to stack even more based on all the tax cuts that you are going to be able to take advantage of. But at the same time, you're going to be able to grow your wealth a lot faster because you're going to have more cash to invest. But what I really see in this bill and overall coming because of things like AI and job displacement, and now these tax cuts that may not benefit poor people or middle class people, is you need to figure out how to create a monthly payment towards your future and your kids' future. And I see people right now trying to figure out how to remedy inflation, right? And the only way you can remedy inflation is by depositing money into assets, right? Because the longer you can keep money in assets, the more those assets stay in line or outpace inflation. If you have cash just sitting in a bank, that cash starts to be worth less and less and less, and you are being left behind. So if you don't put any money into assets, you are going to get left behind. You have to figure out how to put a certain amount every month, like a bill, into assets. And with Stack, you get to borrow on top of that to buy more assets. What should you do next? First thing you're going to have to do is maybe start investing your tax return instead of just using it. A lot of people I know take their tax return and they don't even remember what they do with it. And now more than ever, you need to figure out how much you can sacrifice to invest, because what's going to happen is over time, that money's going to grow faster than probably ever because more money's being printed up. So tax savings, anywhere you're getting them, you need to figure out how to put some of that into some kind of investment, whether it's Stack or anything else. Second thing is people are opening up wallets for themselves, their kids, putting money aside for their futures as well. If you put in $50 per kid and $100 for yourself, that could be substantial over time. Again, long period of time, any amount of money can grow. The more money you sacrifice, the more money grows. And of course, the richer you are, the more money you put in, the more all the money grows the same amount. So if you put in 100,000 and I put in 100 and it goes up 10%, the $100,000 person made 10,000, the $100 made $10. They both made 10%, but that's why you want to have more growing for you than less. And then, protect and grow wealth with every dollar. You have to think about how can I make more money and put as much of it to work for me, and lower expenses wherever I can, because the truth is this bill favors owners of businesses, owners of assets. Either you are one or you're not. And it's totally up to you now. There's no reason to say, I don't have money to invest. You could do this with $10. You could put $10, borrow $25, borrow $35 a month. And yes, that may not feel like a lot, but over time, that turns into a lot of money, And yes, I get it. It doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not really a lot. But if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. And take advantage of the fact that they just put something in place that is going to force asset prices up. So if you could put in anything, it will help you. And of course, you can download the free guide at stackit.ai/guide or click the link in the description to learn exactly how this works. Join the waitlist. Set up a time to meet with either me or someone on my team to get your wallet going. It's still on a wait list, but we are starting to grow that wait list more and more, and we're onboarding more and more people. So don't wait too long to jump on the wait list and get a call going to get your stack going, because who knows how fast this is all going to happen. But if you want to learn more, watch this next video.